Barefoot and covered with dirt and sweat, a sakada or a sugar migratory worker continues to toil in the fields under the tremendous heat of the sun and the coldness of the rain in what seems like an endless bondage. About 500,000 of these workers lived owning nothing of their own, even their lives, only the debts handed down from their forebears. They are subjected to wage slavery and subhuman working and living conditions. With the 8 milling districts in Negros Occidental and 3 milling districts in Panay, sugar has brought in huge profits to the sugar barons and foreign transnational corporations and to the government as well. Yet it failed to uplift the lives of the sugar workers, the main components of sugar production. Never have they tasted the sweetness of their produce. Is there a way to alleviate these situations? Can we somehow spark a tiny hope in the families of these sugar workers? To somehow change their perspectives in the kind of life they have? That's a challenge for a region faced with an age-old problem of disparity between the hacienderos and the sakadas. With the inauguration graced by the Department of Labor and Employment Secretary, the Honorable Rosalinda de Mapilis Baldoz of the new Sugar Workers Development Center in Bacolod City, which serves as a tangible representation of hard work and struggle of sugar workers in Negros Occidental, last May 29, 2012, seeds of hope will sprout among the workers. The SWDC will serve as a venue for the development of socio-economic programs and activities in the sugar industry that will aim to uplift the lives of the sugar migratory workers. Sugar Workers Development Center was realized through the collaborative efforts of labor, management, and government. It highlights the cooperation among stakeholders towards empowering the sugar workers. Tubong-Tubong is a special project of the Department of Labor and Employment in partnership with the Philippine Army and the local government unit, specifically for municipalities which are in danger of infiltration of left-leaning organizations. Convergence of services among national government agencies and other stakeholders are brought to the locality based on the needs identified by residents and local officials. During the orientation, the partners have difficulty in appreciating and understanding the purpose of the program due to differences in ideologies, and the LGU does not feel the need for such services. However, with the constant advocacy with the partners, the project took off. Tubong-Tubong project covers the municipalities of Tubungan in Iloilo, San Remigio in Antique, Tapaz in Capiz, and Libacao in Aklan. The Joint Program for Youth Employment and Migration is a joint program implemented by the International Labour Organization, International Organization for Migration, United Nations Children's Fund, United Nations Population Fund, and our department as the lead partner to achieve government's vision of productive and competitive youth by exploring alternative solutions to migration. The province of Antique in Region 6 is one of the 4 provinces in the entire country that has been a recipient of this project, considering that it is one of the poorest provinces in the entire country with high incidence of out-of-school youth, poor youth, and low enrollment rates. The Joint Program for Youth Employment and Migration has trained 119 beneficiaries on entrepreneurship in 4 batches, where 113 or 94.96% were able to prepare and submit feasible business plan for funding. Majority of the beneficiaries have been provided with their starter kits. The launching of the Pier-to-Port or P2P in Guimaras and Boracay Island paved the way for boosting the tourism industry. one of the major key employment generators in the region. Initially, there was less appreciation from both the stakeholders and local government officials. The project value the enhancement of service quality, dubbed as error-free service in the tourism industry. Through sharing of experiences of peer-to-port stakeholders from other regions, the tourism stakeholders in Guimaras were encouraged to implement the program. In Boracay Island, conciliation mediation training for stakeholders as well as the training on service quality for the transport group was conducted. The Regional Coordinating Council of Region 6 conducted the search for the most outstanding 5S model office among its member agencies. It is an interagency contest designed to achieve RCC's goal to deliver effective and efficient service to the public as model for moral ascendancy by exhibiting cleanliness and orderliness in the workplace. The Regional Tripartite Wage and Productivity Board 6 was declared the champion in the Regional Office category and Dole Capiz Province for the Field Office category. The winners were awarded during the 79th Dole Foundation anniversary last December 8, 2012 at the Iloilo Business Hotel, Iloilo City with Congresswoman Janet Garin of 1st Congressional District of Iloilo as the anniversary speaker. Empowered field offices through the devolution of operational and financial schemes and conducted capacity building to personnel in the field offices to effectively and efficiently deliver those programs, projects, and services. As a concrete result of this effort, now it only takes 1 day to process the registration of rural workers associations, which before took month processing time. Likewise, payments and receipts of financial transactions were now done in the field offices. To bring the government closer to the people, 2 satellite offices were created in Himamaylan City and Sagay City, Negros Occidental. The management committee, composed of field office and unit heads and representative of the workers' union, was created to participate in the exercise of collective and participatory management in the decision-making process of the office. Likewise, executive committee was created to oversee the implementation of the programs, projects, and services of the office. On the implementation of Social Amelioration Program, 100% of the maternity and death benefits claims filed were processed. Maternity benefits amounting to 832,000 pesos benefited 416 sugar workers, while 414 death claims were processed, amounting to 2,898,000 pesos. On RA 809, 100% distribution for crop year 2010 to 2011 of the 3% workers' share amounting to 212 million pesos, which benefited 116,084 sugar workers. The Department of Labor and Employment initiated job fairs spearheaded by the Chamber of Commerce and Industry in partnership with management, workers group, and other stakeholders, yielded a placement rate of 18.46% or 2,400 job applicants placed from 12,998 qualified applicants referred. Strong collaboration with partners made the Labor Month celebration a huge success through the conduct of mega job and livelihood fair, entrepreneurship forums in manufacturing, shipping, and transport industries, and launching of 4 programs, namely Dole iText, Special Program for the Employment of Students Training for Work Scholarship Program or SPES DWSP, Government Internship Program or GIP, and the Child Labor Free Barangay. The celebration culminated with Fiesta sa Mayo para sa mga obreros, which featured a concert, food festival, and showcase of talents of workers and SPES beneficiaries. The region facilitated the formulation and adoption of the Voluntary Code of Good Practices of Industry Tripartite Councils and Business Process Outsourcing or BPOs, hospitals, and hotels and restaurants. Region 6 facilitated the institutionalization of 8 Public Employment Service Office or PESOs, namely the municipalities of Numancia in Aklan, Pandan, San Jose and the provincial government of Antique, Pontevedra in Capiz, San Carlos City in Negros Occidental, Concepcion in Iloilo, and Jordan in Guimaras. The Regional Career Advocacy Congress was conducted on September 24 to 25, 2012, attended by 106 guidance counselors and PESO managers. On the livelihood projects, Dole Region 6 released 19 million pesos worth of livelihood assistance that benefited 4,026 workers, reflecting a 100% of the amount allocated. For the special program for the employment of students, the region provided 8,715 poor but deserving students with bridging employment assistance amounting to 17.857 million pesos, reflecting 100% of the amount allocated for the program. A Regional Coordinating Council on Child Labor, Illegal Recruitment and Trafficking or RCC clerk was created. The council could have contributed to the reduction of child labor incidents by 51% as reported by the Philippine Information Agency Region 6. Reduction of child labor incidents by 51% as reported by the Philippine Information Agency Region 6. Commitment to action to attain a child labor-free barangay was signed by local officials and other stakeholders of Barangay Antipolo, Pontevedra, Negros Occidental. Also, memorandum of agreements were signed with local officials of Aklan Provincial Government and Barangay Mamba Madalag Aklan in the presence of Honorable Secretary Rosalinda de Mapilis Baldoz to support the campaign against child labor, illegal recruitment, and human trafficking. Being compliant in occupational safety and health practices and initiatives, the Panay Power Corporation in Iloilo City received the Dole Secretary Award of Honor during the 8th Gawad Kalikasan and Kalusugan or GKK. To attain full, decent, and productive employment for every Filipino worker, most especially in Western Visayas, the Department of Labor and Employment Region 6 adheres to continuously work for the welfare of its personnel through human resource development trainings and improvement of the physical conditions of the regional and provincial offices by implementing the Green the Workplace program. The office also shall continue to adhere with the Citizens Charter and work for attainment of ISO certification. Dole Region 6 will work hard for 173,484 qualified job seekers referred for placement, 151,000 of which were to be placed for local employment, and 8,443 indigents to be provided with bridging employment. Labor market information shall be readily available to job seekers and employers through the online PhilJobNet and job search kiosks. As an advocate of decent work and social protection of workers, the region shall improve its service delivery in terms of labor standards enforcement and mediation arbitration through speedy disposition of cases. The provincial offices in Aklan, Antique, Capiz, Negros Occidental, and Iloilo, including Guimaras Island, will campaign for enrollment of Big Brothers under the Kapatiran Wise Dad program and fast-track conduct of seminars and orientations on continuing labor and employment educational assistance to workers, employers, and most especially to students. The region will advocate for construction safety and health through approval of 500 applications. Occupational safety and health trainings will be conducted to cover 130 establishments and participants. To assist and develop 3 industry tripartite councils and initiate to document their voluntary code of good practice will be our focus, as well as awarding of the tripartite seal of excellence to 2 companies. Ensuring workers' rights and welfare of our Filipino workers are important for the region. Thus, we strive for provision of livelihood assistance to workers, coupled with their enrollment to the government's various social security schemes for the workers, most especially in the informal sector. We are seriously into eradicating child labor, most especially in the sugar industry. We will be providing 3,000 workers with anti-illegal recruitment and trafficking in persons orientation seminar and provide family workers program related services or activities to 2,500 workers. We will continue to implement our special programs, especially designed to cater to the Western Visayas workforce. The Pier-to-Port or P2P, the Tubong-Tubong project, the strengthening of intermediaries towards formation of a council and academy for intermediaries, and enhancement of the field offices' empowerment, devolution of program. We aim for the full operation of the Sugar Workers Development Center for the empowerment of the sugar workers.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dole and to commend Dole for the help that you have extended to the Guidance Counselors Association. You opened different venues for us. You opened different opportunities. You gave us a lot of training. And with this, we were able to tap a lot of talents in our Guidance Association. Above all, you have empowered a lot of guidance counselors. In our group, there is a big difference between the licensed guidance counselors and those who are not licensed. But because of this Dole, you are able to give opportunities to those who are not licensed to develop their skill. You have given them opportunities to show their talents, and also to a lot of opportunities then also that they can help a lot of people in the community and a lot of our recipients. Thank you very much, Dole.
For 2013, Dole Region 6 will create the Council of Intermediaries that will work towards the development of clientele, converge program projects and services to bring the government closer to the people, establish the Intermediaries Academy to provide learning avenue for trainings and seminars for the intermediaries, provide various trainings and seminars that aim to enhance the capacity of Dole workforce. These initiatives are geared towards the empowerment of human resource for effective and efficient delivery of public service, and sustain program implementation that will influence in bridging partnership with the private sectors and other organizations. The Dole Region 6 officials and personnel implore the guidance of our Lord Almighty in the attainment of these targets.